is Elise Peters Carey, and I'm president of Bethany Medical, Peters Holdings, and a director of the Elise Peters Foundation. And as I see it, I've got two big obstacles here. One is that I'm just blown away. Everyone thinks I'm gonna maybe break out into some singing. And also, I think I'm the stopping point between now and lunch. So I was a little nervous before. But I'm feeling a little bit better because I practiced my speech yesterday in front of my daughters, Adeline 6 and Isabel 4. And I said, how did I do? They said, Mom, so good. Really, tell me. And out of nowhere, Adeline 6 says, yeah, on 1 to 10, I would give you a 9. So I felt good about that. And then Isabel said, I would give you 200. So I'm not going to say that this is going to be awesome. It's an honor to be with you today in person. Last year, I wasn't here in person due to a knee injury, so very excited. For those of you who aren't familiar with Bethany Medical, we are the largest independent provider of healthcare services in the Triad. Last year, Bethany Medical, a family-owned, minority-owned, and woman-led business, was recognized by the Triad Business Journal as a leader in diversity. This was not because of any new call to inclusivity, but we are a company built from inception on a core belief that all are welcome and all are welcome through our door. In fact, for the past 35 years, our logo has been a door and a symbol that all can walk and join us. Since 1987, we have been driven by our core values, which is to provide easy access and the best experience for our patients and for our community. A huge part of that is that we intentionally resemble the communities we serve. Women, people of color, those from all religious and ethnic backgrounds and orientation compromise our ranks. From myself down to our newest hires, we are a melting pot. Our motto is, your health is our concern. And it's a commitment to deliver on our calling as the Triad's largest independent provider of healthcare services. We have over 65 providers and 500 team members across our 15 Triad locations. We are open 7 days a week, offering primary care, urgent care, and specialty care. Last year, in a video address, I wasn't able to be here in person, I recounted how I made the choice, now about 6 or 7 years ago, to answer my own personal calling. I returned to the Triad, to my native High Point, to take up my father's mantle and lead Bethany Medical. After graduating from the Wharton School of Business, I went to work for some of the largest banking institutions in New York City. And yet, amid the hustle and bustle, I felt a nudging from deep in my soul to do something different. I sought to serve the community that had molded me, to create jobs, and to serve as an example for others in the community. Last year, I also shared that there have been countless occasions where I was the only woman in a boardroom, or these days on a virtual call, and at times I felt I had to raise my voice and interrupt just to be heard. This year's theme of unmuting speaks to that very idea, to which I know many of us can relate. Today, I am proud to represent Bethany Medical and the Elise Peters Foundation in speaking to you. But reflecting on speaking to such an ambitious and accomplished group of women, I pondered what I could offer, avoiding broad generalizations. I challenged myself to be more vulnerable and share more about myself in hopes that it may be helpful or resonate in some way with you. So, here goes. I've learned over the last few years that leadership is the person to make the final call, the decision maker with all the privilege and responsibility that comes with it. And I've often found myself struck with insecurity about making the wrong decision. In fact, I've often found myself avoiding making a decision at all in fear of making the wrong one. You learn, though, over time, that not making a decision is a decision in and of itself. I don't personally like stereotyping, saying, women are always like this in leadership or men are like this, but I'm going to do it anyways with the caveat that you may not find it applies to you. Growing up, many of us learn from society that girls and women should listen to the rules and do things the right way. It breeds a perfectionism goal. However, I've learned that people respect leaders who make decisions when they are difficult, not leaders who make perfect decisions, because perfect is not a reality. As leaders, sometimes we have to choose between two bad options, and sometimes we have to make unpopular decisions. Taking that action is difficult, but taking that action is what will make us stronger leaders. My husband recently framed a quote from Theodore Roosevelt that he and I like, and he put it up in my girls' room, who again are 6 and 4. It's a little bit lengthy, so bear with me. It is not the critic who counts, not the woman who points out how the strong woman stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the woman who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again. Because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends herself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows, in the end, the triumph of high achievement, and who, at the worst, if she fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that her place shall never be with the old and timid souls, who neither know victory nor defeat. I know that's a little bit lengthy, but it inspires me. It's easy to be on the sidelines criticizing. It is more difficult to be in the limelight, trying, when you know sometimes you will fail. You will not make the perfect decision. I learned so much from my children. I said Adeline and Isabella are 6 and 4. I have a son, Edward, who's 2. And Adeline is soon making her first speech in 1st grade. And her teacher taught me a term that some of the children are having, which is called nerve-sighted, nervous and excited. I have to say I was a little bit nervous and excited to share something so personal and to open up about challenges in being a leader. My children and my husband motivate me. Sometimes I glimpse myself through their eyes, and I know I can be that strong person they see, the one who gets in the arena, the one who makes mistakes, the one who tries, the one who unmutes. I call on you to come alongside of me and take action today, to take on a new project that you think will be good for your company, that you have been tentative about because you don't know where to start. I challenge you to make a decision that may not be perfect, but either way will help you learn. I'm very grateful to have had this opportunity to speak to you all today and to be among you and learn from you. And I'm proud of all of us to be here today and supporting each other and lifting each other up. As leaders, it can often feel like we are alone on an island, but we can take a look around in this room today. And we're not enveloped by a vast open ocean, but by a sea of peers, ready to extend an oar if we need help to support each other. On behalf of Bethel Medical and Elise Peters Foundation, I thank you for the privilege of speaking with you today, and I challenge you to invite you to join me in my personal challenge of being the woman in the arena. Thanks.